They say third time's the charm, and this is my third time trying to record this voiceover. Hi guys, this is Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to bring you along with me on a shopping trip at Price Chopper, which is one of my local grocery stores that I absolutely love. And I am going to show you basically through this screen recording how the app works, how to do replacements, and give you some tips and tricks along the way. So if that sounds like something you guys would be interested in seeing, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing you're seeing me do is grab some apples. So produce and deli items I always try to grab first before I even hit start shopping in the app, because when you hit start shopping, your timer starts. Now, your timer counts basically at the end of your shops seconds per item. This is not important in terms of which batches you get, but it is super important in terms of how much money you make, at least to me, because basically the faster you shop, the more shops you can do in a certain amount of time, and the more money you can make. Time is money, guys, so I would say the faster you go, the better it is. So that's why I try to keep my seconds per item as low as possible. I'm currently at 73 seconds per item. This shop actually took me longer than it typically would, and I did not grab my produce and deli before I hit start shopping. Now the reason for that is because I was a little too swipe happy with this batch, and I swiped on it without realizing that the store location was farther than I normally like to go, unfortunately. But that's okay. And then I got to the parking lot and I got a phone call I really needed to take, so I didn't have time to do that, unfortunately, but it's okay. Now here, as I was grabbing my bananas, I realized I forgot to greet my customer. So as you can see, I always send my custom greeting that I have pre-written. There are pre-written greetings in the app as well, but it's very important to introduce yourself to your customer before you start shopping for them, so that they know if they need anything, they are more than welcome to reach out to you. Now with produce, you do want to make sure that you put in the quantity and the weight from the scale. So you want to grab the freshest, best looking produce you can, and always weigh it on one of the produce scales and put in that exact number. You do not want to guess, guys, because the price that the customer pays is determined by the weight of the item. So that's why you always want to be exact and never guess when you are putting in the weight. So I weighed my bananas there, and next up I am headed to the deli. The other reason that you don't want to hit start shopping prior to grabbing your produce and deli items, especially deli items, is because deli lines tend to be long and it can take a while, and that adds to your seconds per item. It increases that time, and you don't want to do that, guys. Now, as you can see, the customer just added an item to her order, so I just scrolled down to see what it was, and it looks like it was some chocolate milk. Not a big deal. I am more than happy to grab a gallon of chocolate milk for her. Now, when customers add items, this can also increase how much you make, because if their tip is based on a percentage of the entire order, if they add more items, the order total goes up. Therefore, your tip will go up as well, potentially. Okay guys, so here I am grabbing this turkey breast. When you grab your deli items and you put in the weight, you want to make sure that you are putting in the weight that is on the label that prints out at the deli counter. You don't want to guess on that either, because again, the price of the item is determined by the weight, as these items are sold by the pound. It says actually right there on the app, sold by the pound. This was just me standing in line at the deli, waiting for my meat to be wrapped up. Do you guys have favorite stores that you shop at? Because, like, favorite chains of grocery stores or favorite locations? Because I have both. I love Price Chopper. And I have a few favorite locations. There's some deli cheese, and here's me scanning in and putting in the weight of that turkey breast. Now, I will let you guys know the other reason that this shop took me longer than it normally would have is because I had never actually been to this location, and it was absolutely massive. I'm talking like the biggest Price Chopper I've ever been to in my life. It was kind of ridiculous, to be honest. So what you see me doing here is scrolling through my entire list. As I walk past each aisle, I always make sure to scroll through my entire list to make sure I'm not missing anything, because it's going to increase your time and make you less efficient if you are going back and forth to different sections of the store because you missed something. So I try not to miss anything. I try to keep myself as efficient as possible while I am doing the shopping. So, just looking, seeing, which items are in this aisle I'm passing right now? There's my peanut butter. This was hiding on the bottom shelf, but I found it. Grab 3 of them, boom, put in your quantity after scanning the barcode, and that one is done. In the cart it goes, item found. This next one, oh my gosh, you guys, I've never had so much trouble finding jelly in my life. Peanut butter now, like, I have a crazy peanut butter story, because one time at Aldi, they were out of peanut butter completely, like totally, and this lady gave me a 3-star because they were out of peanut butter, and I had told her that. Like, sorry, blame Aldi, not me. Anyway, I needed the 18 ounce in the strawberry preserves, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So you see me just looking at this shelf, so confused. What the hell? Why don't they have the 18 ounce? They had the 12 ounce, but not the 18. They had the 18 ounce in the raspberry, which didn't even make sense to me. Like, who likes raspberry? Come on now. Price Chopper, what are you doing to me? Absolutely ridiculous. So I looked and looked and looked, hoped for the best. Couldn't find the 18 ounce. I ended up replacing it with the 12 ounce, as you'll see. This one I grabbed, like, it wasn't even scanning. Like, it was a mess, guys. This jelly was a mess. Have you ever had a jelly jar break on an order? Because I have. I had a jelly jar, a bag ripped in the customer's driveway, and her jelly, like, smashed. There was broken glass everywhere. I had to clean that up. It was a mess. So as you can see, I'm just going to click on can't find item. This one was really easy to find, guys. Actually, I didn't have any problem with this one at all. Grabbed it right there, scanned it, boom, done. Next item I want to grab, as you can see again, I am just scrolling through my entire list, making sure I don't miss anything on my way. Next item was this ranch dip, which I actually had to ask an employee for help. There were 2 employees actually stocking the shelf where this ranch dip was. And I literally, I asked them and they couldn't even find it. I was like, where's the 4-pack of the dip mix? And they were like, and I was like, I don't see it either. It was well hidden. Finally, I found it. With their assistance. On to the next. These ramen noodles, I took a minute to look around for them. They actually didn't have the brand the customer requested, so as you'll see, I'm going to replace these. And as you can see, it says customer's choice, so this is actually an item that the customer chose as their backup in case the original item was out of stock. But as you'll notice, I am messaging the customer anyway because I want to make absolutely sure that they're aware that I made the change so that they can make any adjustments if they feel they need to. Alright guys, the next item that I moved on to was, I believe, the maple syrup? Let's see. I'm trying to remember what order I went in. You'd think my 3rd time recording this voiceover I'd remember by now, but I don't. Alright guys, so I moved on next to the au jus actually. So this au jus, I couldn't find this either. So as you'll see, I went down to the bottom and there was like a packet with all the Alright, scrolling some more as you can see. The syrup, I might have talked about the syrup already, so I'm sorry if this is repetitive. I'm having to do this voiceover in pieces, like I'm having to record like 5 minutes at a time. So it will save. So I apologize about that. I think I already talked about the oats too. Gosh, I'm so sorry if this is repetitive, guys. I'm trying my best here. I'm really trying to learn this editing stuff. It's not as easy as it looks. Couldn't find these oats. They ended up being in the health market. So I moved on to the next item. I hope this flows okay. I really do. It's probably going to be a super choppy mess, so I'm sorry about that. I constantly refresh because I want to make sure that the customer didn't add any other items that I didn't know about. These bowls, as you'll see, I look for them. I cannot find them. They are sold out. So you'll see I'm going to go ahead and replace these. So I didn't see them anywhere. You'll see in the app, this is what I was talking about when Instacart suggests replacements. In this case, the replacement that they suggested, you'll notice when the screen comes up that it says suggested replacement or possible replacement, not customer's choice. It means the customer did not decide on that item as a secondary item in case the original one was sold out, but rather Instacart did. And sometimes they are spot on. Sometimes they're way off, so don't always go with Instacart's choice. Use your best judgment, guys. Use your best judgment. But this time they were spot on. Same ounces, pretty much same count, pretty much same price. Just the store brand instead of the brand name. So that was cool. I went with that. Boom, boom. And of course, I'm going to message my customer and let her know. She has not responded yet, but she will. She does in the end, luckily. But I am just letting her know any changes that I make. I'm going to inform them about it so they can approve everything. This is just me texting her. Alright, as far as the paper plates went, they had these in stock, so I was super happy about that. Made my life a lot easier. Boom, boom. Scan quantity to confirm. On to the next. So these donuts, I actually normally have a really hard time finding these, like the Hostess thank goodness that we are almost done with this voiceover. I really hope it turns out okay this time, because it's probably going to be terrible, but I hope that from what you can hear of this, that you get some use out of it, and that it's helpful for some of you guys. Okay, so moving on to the cold items, you always want to do the cold items last. Always, always, always. It shows the customer that you care and that you're putting thought into shopping for them. So if you get the cold items and the meat and things like that first, they're just going to get warm while you're shopping for the rest of the stuff. No one wants that. No one wants gooey meat. Get the cold items last, guys. It shows that you care. Cheese. I love cheese. How do you guys feel about cheese? I love it. Take a look here, guys. This cheese was all the way in the back. I had to reach for it, and it was the last package. Lucky me. I always jump for joy when that happens. It's great. Just a few more items left, and as you see my time down below, at 24 minutes, and my goal is 28 minutes, so I'm not too far off. This coffee creamer, first of all, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that sounds delicious. Have you guys ever tried that? Because I really want to. Look, I approached the coffee creamer. The first one I see, it just jumped out at me. I was like, yes! Love when that happens. So the dairy products went pretty fast for me. Next I'm gonna grab the milk, and you'll see that I make sure to grab the milk from the back because you want to get the freshest milk with the farthest out expiration date that you can find. Alright, I'm just grabbing that milk. Alright, on to the meat, guys. Almost done. Alright, so I was looking for the sausage. I was just kind of walking over to the meat department, is why there's this slight delay here. Thanks for hanging in with me, guys. I appreciate it. Those of you who are still watching. Walk, walk, walk over to the meat department. Do, 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 do. Alright, found that maple sausage. To boom confirm. Now this, I can't remember if these were in the back or if they were like right there. Because a lot of the times these Jimmy Dean sausage rolls, which by the way are delicious, if you like sausage, are literally like gone because they're so popular. As you can see, like the app, like the camera is like all sideways, and like I'm holding that straight and it wasn't scanning. And I don't know if this is just me or if that happens to you guys or if it's just the app. I think it's just the app. It just freezes up and the scanner goes all sideways, and I literally have to like close the app completely and reopen it and wait like forever for it to work. So that's what I'm doing here. Is it just me? Does this happen to you? Is this a thing? Glitchiest app. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Do, 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 do. Closing the app and going back into it. I swear, this is the most annoying and frustrating thing I think about Instacart, is having to do this at least once a day on the days I work. Do you guys have the same experience, or is it just me? Honestly, no. So finally, once the app loaded and got back with me, it was working again. So you'll see in a moment, I'll be scanning that sausage in and on to the next. This is another reason why the shop took longer than it normally would, because the app was just being so stupid. And then there's my customer finally replying to me after like 8 messages. So I was glad that she did. Read the message, confirmed the sausage, on to the next. I actually ended up grabbing the oats from the health market next because they were right next to the meat department. I scanned the wrong ones at first. I think I scanned the organic when she wanted the non-organic, or vice versa. I can't quite remember. But either way, it turned out okay because I found the correct oats and got them scanned in. Now this pork tenderloin is marked as a priority item. And I'm actually just messaging her to let her know that I'm almost done. Again, communication all the way through is important, and it's important to let the customer know when you're almost done, so that way they have the option to add any last minute items that they want to add before you make it to the checkout. It's little things, guys. So these pork tenderloins, as I was saying, are a priority item. That is not a priority item that the customer selected. Instacart marks it as a priority item. The reason being is usually if an item is low in stock, there's not a lot left, Instacart will mark it as a priority item. So the priority items, sometimes they will come up making you think that you should get them first. If it's meat, heck no. Because even if it's low in stock, like, I would rather get the meat last and have it stay cold rather than getting it first and have it be the one they want but gooey. Because I find that normally people are pretty cool about replacements for meat. Now these burger patties didn't want to scan, so what you're going to see me do here is force mark the item. It used to be called force mark. They actually changed the name on that feature. I had to do it twice because the app was glitching, but you just hit skip scanning, and when you hit skip scanning, it'll ask you if the item's correct. You hit yes, and then you just take a picture of it, and that's it, guys. Put in the weight that is on the label for meat items, because again, that's the price to the customer. And then I've just got the sirloin left. So I just took a minute to make sure that I was grabbing the freshest package of meat that I could find. this was my last item. So I am going to scan that in right there, put in the weight exactly as it is on the label. And then I'll head to checkout. Now this is very important. I do not hit go to checkout until my cashier is ready to start scanning my items. So I hit review changes, and that stops the clock on the shopping times for the seconds per item. And then sometimes in this next step you will have to contact the customer to go over replacements, but that's why I like to chat with them throughout, so then my replacements are all approved already. I don't even have to call them. It saves me time. Luckily the line wasn't very long, but I won't hit that go to checkout button until the cashier is ready for me, because as soon as you hit that, it starts the timer for your checkout, which factors into your seconds per item. Like right now, we're off the clock, so to speak. So that's why I like to wait on that until my cashier is ready. Sometimes there's a long line. That can really affect your seconds per item, which, I don't know, maybe I'm just picky about it. You're going to have your code with the Instacart barcode for your cashier to scan, and then you will have sometimes a loyalty card for the store, like a Chopper Shopper card at Price Chopper. Sometimes you'll have that, sometimes not. The cashier will scan those. They might know the Instacart code offhand. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And then you'll just wait till they scan everything, swipe your Instacart Marqeta card to pay, and then enter the receipt information depending on the store. You may have to upload pictures of your receipt. At Price Chopper we did not, but if you are uploading pictures of the receipt, make sure that they are super, super clear, because you don't want to get emails from Instacart saying your pictures weren't clear enough. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. That was my chopper shop. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me. Again, I hope the voiceover and, it wasn't too choppy. I hope you got some use out of it and it was pretty clear. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments. If you liked this video, please give me a huge thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. It would help me out so much on my road to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal. I would just absolutely love that. It would be awesome if you guys would help me out with that. That would be so cool. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever about the app, how it works, about gig work in general, anything you want to ask me, go ahead and leave those questions down in the comments. I would love to answer them for you. But until next time, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, and I'm going to say bye for now, and I'll see you later.